Keith, Lowell, Jensen, everybody.
Hello. This is confusing. Hello, I'm comedian Keith Lowell Jensen, and as usual, I have some stand-up comedy footage for you. The footage I have today is from a workout room, and what I mean by that is that this isn't a paid show at a professional club. This is like a showcase or an open mic night where I go to try mostly new material, or as you'll see on part of this clip, even just open my mouth and see what comes out. In the beginning of this clip, you'll notice I'm actually making the audience swap seats. As is often the case at comedy shows, nobody wanted to sit in the front row, and that just creates an awkward space, and I decided, hey, what the heck, I'm gonna bring them down front and make it be the room I want it to be. Towards the end of this set, I actually do work on a couple of jokes, and I left one of those in there for you as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Like, would you guys move to, for you it would be the least investment, and it might start this whole cavalcade of moving. Like, you guys just want to sit in the front seats?
Yeah, we can do that.
Come on, yeah. And the flip they were all fucking waiting for nothing. They're right on down. So now, logically I should go for them next and bring them down. I just looked at him and his posture, everything was like, I'm here. I'm fucking right here. So I don't know if anybody else. This is enough though. This is great. Thank you guys. I think you're like the best audience members here right now. Are you? And you slightly more than them. Yeah, only because you took coaxing. So those things where I stepped up here and I just started rambling, and I have jokes, I can tell, but I don't know, this is kind of fun, and I don't really know how to segue into them, so I could just keep rambling. It did leave one row exactly empty right behind you. I don't mean to keep fucking with that. Now it's very much like they're watching you watch a show. This is a show about a show, and they're the audience. You guys are actors. You guys are part of the thing now, and you're doing a bang-up job too. I mean, like as your director, I would say. When you're a comedian and people know you're a comedian, there's a couple of weird things that change about your interactions with civilians. People like to insult you all the time. That's like, and that's people just trying to be funny also. But it's really hard to get used to. Even people in positions of power, like I had this employee or employer who's, I've never had an employer. I had this employer who was constantly insulting me, and I asked one of the other girls that worked in the office that knew her a little better, like, why is Jean always mean to me? Like, I don't get it. And she's like, dude, she's playing. Who are you playing? He's like, you're a comedian. So then, if you call someone out on it, if you're like, hey, that thing where you point out that my hair's thinning and then I'm gaining weight. I don't actually enjoy it. And then they go, oh, I thought you were a comedian. You don't have much of a sense of humor for a comedian. And that in itself, I'm like, well, what makes you so sure? Like, maybe I actually have a really good sense of humor, and your attempts at being funny are dumb. Doesn't that seem more likely? Between the two of us, I'm the professional, so maybe me being bald and fat is kind of fucking hack. Yeah, so reproductive rights. It's funny, religious conservatives have this go-to thing whenever the subject of reproductive rights comes up. They always say, hey, listen, little lady. Listen, little lady, we had birth control in my day, too. It was aspirin. Yeah, you held it between your knees. They mean that you should keep your legs closed. I explain it in case anyone... I like my humor to be accessible. So, I hear them say that, and I think it's sad. It's sad to me that they got to this age and position in life, and they don't know that women can have sex with their legs together. They're making decisions about our reproductive rights and their knowledge of female anatomy is that piss poor. And never mind the fact that the aspirin positions are like the hottest positions. I've made a kid. I think I can pretty safely say that you can get pregnant in those positions too. It works. It totally works. I'm taping this so that someday when my daughter asks where she came from, give her way too much information about that. Okay, so I am very motivated to get these clips on once a week. As part of what's helping make that happen is that I have a Patreon page. Thank you so much to the people that are subscribing there. There'll also be a special video once a month that only they'll see. If you're interested in that, it's patreon.com/Keith Lowell Jensen. Oh, and remember, you can also check out my special, Atheist Christmas, now playing on Hulu. And I've got a bunch of albums on Spotify and stuff too. See you next week.